Good evening, high school football fans. Welcome to the Frenzy, the day after Thanksgiving, known as Black Friday. But I tell you what, the teams we were out covering, not worried about the hot sales down at the Outlet Mall. It was all about moving one step closer to possible state championships.
That's right. Here in Georgia, the GHSA into the quarterfinals, wins tonight, moving squads into the state semifinals. Meanwhile, over in South Carolina, it was state semifinal time for May River.
The Shark football program, just 4 years old, but playing in the lower state championship game tonight against perennial power Dillon.
That's right. Winners of this one heads to Columbia next week to play for all the marbles. Let's take you there. This game back and forth from the start. Quarterback Ahmed Green looking for teammate Elijah Peter, goes in the air, intercepted by Dillon's Dazion Elford, who takes it back for the touchdown. Dillon on the board first, 7-0. May River responds. Green fakes the handoff, takes it himself, stopped right before the end zone, setting up this touchdown. It'll be Green again, putting his team on his back to tie the game up at 7 in the first. Dillon making their way back down the field. Jaden Boyd with the quick touchdown run to jump ahead 14-7. And before the half, a high snap by May River. Dillon recovers. Travis Johnson steps on the gas. He would get stopped on the 10-yard line, which would turn into a touchdown for Dillon on the next play. 21-7 Dillon. Seconds before the half, Dillon scores again, sending the Sharks into the locker room, down 28-7. It was a whole new Sharks team in the second half. Bad snap by Dillon. Sharks, Rod Grant all over it. A huge quarterback sack to gain momentum. Green now with the quarterback keeper, but taken down by... And then Terry Field says, I got your back, scoops it up for the touchdown score. Now 28-14 Dillon. That last play took Green out with an injury. In comes backup Joseph Tapscott. He guards the Sharks into the end zone with a handoff to Grant, who shoves his way through. Dillon hangs on to win 35-28, ending May River's historic playoff run.
Just proud of the guys for fighting back second half. Told them, we go out there and we can either say we wish we did this, or we can go back and say, remember what we did. In the short time of success we've had in just 4 years, just being here in the lower state championship is phenomenal. And, we'll build from this all the way around, coaches, players as well. Hate it for the seniors, great group of kids, great group of young men. And they built something here, and we're going to keep it going.
So May River comes up short of playing for a state championship, but what a great season for the Sharks.
Outstanding job over there in the Low Country. All right, now to the Georgia State semifinals. Teams right here in our neck of the woods. We're going to start with Richmond Hill. The Wildcats hosting the winningest program in all time here in the state of Georgia. Talk about Valdosta. 6A quarterfinals. This one, the biggest game in school history, and it was a classic. Valdosta striking first in the first quarter. The pass going to be tipped by a Richmond Hill defender, but it goes right into the waiting arms of Jalen Alderman, who proceeds to take it to the house for the touchdown with the point after. It was 7-0, but Richmond Hill going to respond. Handoff goes to Ashad Robinson. He's going to find a hole, and he proceeds to have the big pickup for the home team into Valdosta territory. That's going to lead to some points for Richmond Hill. Britton Williams with the field goal to get Richmond Hill on the board. It was 7-3. Big turnover in the second quarter for Valdosta. The option pitch can't be handled. Alex Jeffries, he's there to pick up the loose ball, and the Wildcats were in business again. That's going to lead to another field goal to make it a 7-6 game, as you see the field goal coming up right here. Britton Williams, his toe very busy in this contest. Richmond Hill defense tough all night long. Valdosta looking across the middle, but Avion Smith there for the interception. That's going to lead to another field goal in Richmond Hill. They had the 9-7 lead at the half. Third quarter, costly turnover from the home team. The fumble deep in their own territory, going to be recovered by Valdosta. 3 plays later, the visitors are going to retake the lead on the touchdown pass to Abel Norwood and the Wildcats from down in South Georgia. They had the lead, but Richmond Hill not going to be denied. They drive the field on their next offensive possession, and they go back on top with the touchdown pass from Tyler Coleman to Isaiah Allen. With the extra point, it was 16-14, late fourth quarter. Valdosta driving, looking for the win. Fourth down pass, going to be batted down by Jordan Clark, and that's going to end it. Richmond Hill is headed to the state semifinals for the first time in school history. They knock off Valdosta 16-14.
Look at this place. Look at this place. That's the message. We're happy for our guys. Beat a very good Valdosta team, but guys, it ain't a blip on on a map. It's on everybody's radar now. Richmond Hill's here to stay, baby. They just fought. They fought the entire time. Proud of the guys. Things didn't go our way the entire game, but it's time to go now. Let's go, baby.
And what a win there for Richmond Hill. They move into the state semifinals where they will host Allatoona next week.
All right, it's time to see if other local squads are moving on. Rick Snow is at Memorial Stadium as Jenkins battled North Murray. Rick?
Well, guys, both teams enter the game with 11-1 records and counting on their defenses to win games. The Warriors and the Mountaineers can score points in bunches, but they expect their defenses to hold the other team while they do it. The Warriors take the field at Memorial Stadium looking to reach the semifinals after being frustrated the last 2 seasons in the Elite Eight. But it was the visiting Mountaineers that dominated the opening quarter as quarterback Ladd McConkey escapes trouble and races 46 yards to score, and North Murray takes a 7-0 lead just like that. He's quick. Late in the first quarter, Jenkins quarterback Patrick Blake is being pressured, and he loses the football. The fumble is recovered by Dylan Flood for the Mountaineers in good field position, and he was happy. North Murray knocking on the door, and McConkey, he gets to the 1-yard line, flipped in the air. That would prove to be a huge tackle. On the next play, the snap is fumbled and recovered by the Warriors to keep the score 7-0 Mountaineers instead of 14-0. In the second quarter, the Warriors are driving and Blake fires deep downfield. He finds Ronald Cooper III on a 43-yard play to the 5-yard line. Then moments later, Blake on the keeper, and he weaves his way through the defense to score a 7-7 score going to halftime. In the second half, the Warrior defense takes over. Cooper coming from behind after McConkey and drops him for a big loss. Blake fires up the offense and throws the deep sideline to Darius Bush for a 54-yard touchdown pass, and Jenkins takes the lead 13-7, and the fans were beginning to believe. Next possession, the handoff goes to Demazio Harris. He finds the hole, races 56 yards to the 16-yard line, and the Warriors were back in business. On the very next play, Blake calls his own number, and he fights his way into the end zone to put Jenkins up 20-7, still in the third quarter. Now the Mountaineers are coming back. They come back downfield, knocking on the door, but McConkey's pass is picked off by Cooper at the goal line, and he returns it out to near midfield. They were unable to do much with it. Moments later, the Warriors have the ball again, but Blake is sacked and loses the ball, which is scooped up by Dylan Flood, and he races 38 yards to the end zone. It was 20-14. It was close again. But on the first play after the kickoff, this is the man, Demazio Harris. He bursts up the middle, races 74 yards to score. Suddenly, it was 27-14 Jenkins as they begin to pull away. The Mountaineers trying to move the ball, but the incomplete pass is ruled a lateral, and it's scooped up by Joe Akash. He returns it for the touchdown, 34-14 at the time. They go on to a 41-14 victory to move to the semifinals for the first time since 1966, and will travel to Crisp County next week.